obviously you're going back to film the end of season 4. People are very excited about season 4. We had that little teasery first trailer.
That's right, yeah.
How would you describe Claire and Jamie's relationship in season 4?
The relationship in season 4, I mean, you know, we ended season 3. If you haven't seen it, you should. They're washed up onto the beaches of America and in Georgia, and they've come to the new world and they look to settle there. And it really is this brave new world full of immigrants and different cultures, different nationalities, all sort of in this melting pot of what is now going to become America. And so it's been fascinating to do that. And Jamie and Claire, you know, for a time have found somewhere they can call home, but it's Outlander. So, you know, it's only comfortable for a short while, and then things, you know, get really interesting again.
I mean, we've had teasers of the idea that, you know, that the family could kind of expand. And is there a chance we could see Brianna making her way back to her parents?
There could. Well, who knows? I mean, could she travel through time?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Could she have the gene?
Does she have the gene? Is it a gene? Who knows? Yes. Yeah, there's an extended family this season. I think there's the theme of family and home is one that's prevalent. And I mean, if she was to come through the stones, then that would certainly change everything.
How do you think, if she was, theoretically, how do you think that would change things for Jamie, having a fully grown daughter to have to deal with?
Wow, I imagine Jamie, wow, what would he feel if he had a daughter in his time? You know, he has never really had an opportunity to be a parent. Obviously, Willie, you know, it was his son, illegitimate, and he couldn't raise him. So for him to meet his daughter would be quite an experience.
I know fans, as much as they love that as well, they absolutely love many of the interesting scenes with you and Katrina. We won't go into too much of it. Will they have more passion and love to see on screen this time around?
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Obviously, you know, Jamie and Claire are a very passionate relationship, and certainly this season is by no means any different. I guess if it's in the book, it'll be in the show. But yeah, no, those intimate scenes are, you know, are very much part of our show and much part of their relationship. And you know, they're older now. They're getting on, but they certainly haven't lost any of their love for each other.
Well, that's great to hear. I know a lot of people will be very happy to hear that. Jamie is a very kind of fiery and passionate character, obviously. And we had kind of the mention of Brianna, and, you know, possibly when he saw the photos of her in the last season, he was very protective of the idea of her being around, you know, men, things like that. So
indeed.
We spoke to Richard Rankin last year, and he said he saw Roger and Jamie perhaps having a nice glass of whiskey, you know, sitting down, chilling, being very cool if they had a first meeting. Do you think Jamie would be like that, or do you think he'd possibly be the father-in-law from hell?
I think I would hate to meet Jamie as your father-in-law. It'd be so intimidating, wouldn't it? You know, 6'2", 6'3", red-headed Scotsman. That'd be kind of scary. But yes, I mean, all I will say, without giving away, I'm talking about spoilers here, but you know, Jamie is that quite impulsive. He's got older, so he's now learnt a lot, and certainly is a lot wiser and thinks before he speaks. But he also would defend his family and his daughter without thought, and that might come into play.
We know we have a new villain this season as well, of course.
Yes.
And we've heard it described, I think Meryl Davis said he is worse than Black Jack Randall.
Is that possible?
Is it possible?
To be worse than Black Jack?
Can you tease any of the terrible things that he might get up to? We
do have a new villain, Stephen Bonnet. I mean, obviously Meryl's spoken about him, so he's pretty vile. I think what makes him worse than Black Jack is that he's charming. You know, Black Jack Randall, played by the fabulous Tobias Menzies, was an incredible sort of foil to Jamie and Claire. But this is now, we're going into a new world, new territories, and new villains.